Welcome to the second edition of the Junior Science and Maths Quiz, which is being organized by KNUST in partnership with Eridec Ghana Limited and GES. This afternoon, we have three very great schools who are competing in the fourth context of this particular competition. Before we move on, we just want to give special thanks to the Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Mrs. Rita Akosia-Dixon, for making it very possible for this particular program. We also want to thank the Provost of College of Science, Prof. Amekuji, for availing this particular auditorium for this contest. And also, we also want to thank the Chairman of the Organizing Committee, Professor Preku, for putting together a solid team to make this whole program a success so far. We have amazing sponsors who have been working behind the scenes to make all these beautiful things that you are seeing possible, and we want to take a few moments to acknowledge them. As you can see, I've been well dressed by GTP, and as you know, GTP, they say timeless, followed by Coca-Cola. And so after a very hot contest, you would want to chill down with a glass of Coca-Cola just to cool your brains down. So Coca-Cola says, open to better. We have Kingdom Books and Stationery who is supporting us with quality stationery. And we also have Laxity, and they say that we make memories better. Dex Technology Limited, they are saying that a new beginning for engineers. And obviously, I'm looking handsome due to mocha looks. And they say pure beauty. Fonjo Images, and they say that we keep your memories alive. We are also supported by Ghana Science Association. They've donated some books, and I'm glad that they've done that so that you can just go through and see the amazing things people are doing to encourage you. We have a lot of media partners. We have GH1, and obviously we have Ultimate FM, and they say experience it. So with all these partners, we are geared towards an exciting contest and an exciting competition. This contest, as you know, is geared towards encouraging and developing the interest in science and mathematics at the early stages. And even though it's a contest, as you always know, we always have losers, winners, and people who will cry and all that. But I just want to encourage you that the main objective of the contest is to whip up your interest in it so that maybe in 5 years' time, we'll see you in the greatest technology university in this part of the world, that is KNUST. So whether you win or lose today, it's just a journey that you have begun, all right? Okay, so without wasting much time, I'd like to introduce the schools and the contestants. So today we are going to have a contest between three great schools. We have Oforikrom MA JHS, we have State Experimental Basic 1, and we have St. Anne's Anglican International School. These are great schools who are here to compete in science, technology, and mathematics to see who is who. So without wasting much time, I would like to go to the contestants and we'll let them introduce themselves. So Oforikrom MA JHS is represented by... Yes.
Emmanuel Appeal.
I'm Foster.
So let's give them a round of applause. State Experimental Basic 1 School is represented by
Joseph Buafo.
Loislin Afo.
Benjamin Nyantechi and Ousu Andy Ansa are both representing St. Anne's Anglican International School. As you are aware, the contest consists of 4 rounds. At the beginning of every round, I'll give you the specific rules for every round. But just as an overview, we have round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. But the interesting thing here is that we have a round for a technology challenge. Here you'll be given a particular problem to apply your science, mathematics, and ICT to solve. And so at that time, you'll be able to apply all the knowledge that you've acquired thus far to do that. So as I said, before every round, I'll give you the specific rules, so just relax And just note that you are here to compete amongst your peers, all right? We want to test our buzzers. As you can see, you have some buzzers in front of you. So just ring them. So we start with Oforikrom MAJHS. State Experimental Basic 1. And St. Anne's Anglican International. Okay, so let me tell you something interesting about the buzzers. Now, these buzzers have been, well designed to ensure that when you have to rush to press the buzzers, there is a console here that is able to determine who pressed it first. So you shouldn't worry about whether somebody will hear yours first or not. So far as you are the first to press the buzzer, we have some technology in the background to determine who actually pressed the buzzer first. So the teachers and the supporters and the general public shouldn't worry about somebody being cheated or whatever. So long as you press the buzzer, we have a technology in the background to deal with that. All right? So relax and let's zoom into the competition. So we move into round 1. So I'm going to read the rules for round 1. So this round consists of very, very simple questions in biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, and ICT. If a school answers a correct question, that school will get 3 marks. If it is incorrectly answered, it becomes available as a bonus to the other schools, for which they will have to compete with their what? The bells. Are you okay? So that means that when the bonus is ready, the other 2 schools will have to compete for it, okay? Then every school will have a maximum of 15 seconds to answer questions that do not involve calculations and 40 seconds for questions that require calculations. Bonus questions, as usual, as I said, will be open to schools to compete for by ringing the buzzer. Please note that if you do not press the buzzer and you shout the answer, it will not be accepted, even if the answer is correct. Okay? So don't be carried away. One of the things we also want you to learn through this quiz is teamwork, self-control, and ability to work under pressure. Okay? So even if you scream the answer without necessarily pressing the buzzer, the answer will be ignored. Now, when you press the answer, wait for me to call you before also answering. I've told you that we have a technology behind to be able to determine. So there's no need to press and rush to say the answer. Once you press it, we'll know who did so, and I'll give you the chance to speak. Is that okay? All right. So all the best. I know you are all good. You are here to win. And so I wish you all the best as we start round 1. Okay, so once we are ready, let's zoom into action. Round 1, question 1. Oforikrom MA School. Which organelle is cell sap found in? Which organelle is cell sap found in?
Nucleus.
Uh-oh, sorry. You can come again. Okay, so no school was able to get it right. The answer is vacuum. The answer is vacuum. Okay, so state experimental 1. Which part of the flower develops into the fruits? Which part of the flower develops into the fruits?
The ovary.
That's correct. That's correct. Please, next time, speak into the mic and let us hear you. Okay. St. Anne Anglican International School, your question. What time of the day do plants respire? What time of the day do plants respire? Yes, at all times, that's correct. Next set of questions. This is a preamble based on sets, so you might want to get ready. State experimental 1. Q is a set of consecutive odd numbers greater than 4 but less than 12. List all the elements of the following sets. So let me repeat. This is a preamble based on sets. So you're going to all schools. You're going to list all the elements of these sets, okay? So state experimental 1. Q is a set of consecutive odd numbers greater than 4 but less than 12. That's your question.
5, 7, 11.
No. Please come again. Oforikrom MA.
5, 7, 9, 11.
That's correct. So, St. Anne's Anglican International School. R is the set of consecutive prime numbers greater than 4, but less than 12. Yes, Benjamin. R is the set of 5, 7, and 11. That's great, correct. Oforikrom MA School. S is the set of consecutive even numbers greater than 4, but less than 12.
6, 8, 10.
That's correct. Foster, that's correct. Okay, so the next set of questions, there is also a preamble, and that is you have to define the following terms that I'll give you, all right? So we start with St. Anne's Anglican International School. Your word is finite sets. Finite sets. All right, Benjamin.
Finite set is a set which its last member can be seen.
Okay, can you try again?
Finite set is a set which its last element can be seen.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. And I'll explain shortly. An infinite set, that is to Oforikrom School. Oforikrom MA, yours is infinite sets. Yes.
Finite set.
Infinite.
Infinite set is a set that its last number can be seen.
An infinite set is a set whose last number cannot.
I will not accept that. I ask that you have to wait for you to be called. Okay? So I will not accept that. Okay. State experimental 1, empty sets. Empty sets.
An empty set is a set which contains no element.
That's correct. We move on to the next set of questions. Oforikrom MA School. What particles are found in the nucleus of an atom? What particles are found in the nucleus of an atom? Yes, Foster.
Protons and neutrons.
That's correct. State experimental 1. State experimental 1. Which section of an atom has the highest density? Which section of an atom has the highest density? Joseph.
The nucleus.
That's correct. St. Anne's Anglican International School. The number of protons and neutrons in a nucleus is the... Yes, Benjamin.
The mass number.
That's correct. Audience, the contest is really getting interesting as the various schools really came here to win. Now we move on to the next set of questions. State experimental 1. The change of state of matter whereby a substance changes from gas to liquid is called what? Yes, Joseph.
Condensation.
Yes, that's correct. St. Anne's Anglican International. What's the process by which a solid turns directly into gas without passing through the gaseous? without passing through the liquid state. Let me repeat the question. What's the process by which a solid turns directly to gas without passing through any other state? Yes, Benjamin. That's correct, sublimation. Okay. Oforikrom MA School. What name is given to the change of state of matter whereby liquid changes to solid?
Freezing.
Freezing. That's correct. Okay, so on our next set of questions, we also have another preamble, and you have to state whether the following statements are true or false. And obviously, I'm not going to pass the question on if somebody gets it wrong, unless they are not attempted. All right? So do your best to get it right. Okay, so St. Anne's. Bronze is an alloy made of copper and zinc. Bronze is an alloy made up of copper and zinc. Yes, Benjamin. That's correct. Oforikrom MA School. Steel is an alloy made up of iron and carbon.
True.
That's true. State experimental 1. Brass is an alloy made up of copper and tin.
False.
True indeed is false. That's correct. We continue. Oforikrom MA. Pressure in gases is faster than pressure in liquids. That's your statement.
True.
That's true. Pressure in liquids always decreases with depth. State experimental 1.
False.
Uh-oh. True. St. Anne's. Pressure in liquids always acts in all directions. Yes, Benjamin.
True.
That's true. So with this true answer to the last question, we come to the end of an exciting round 1. So let's give them a round of applause. At the end of a very exciting round 1, indeed, the various schools have shown that they are here to win indeed. Oforikrom MAS JHS had 16 points. State Experimental 1 had 15 points. St. Anne's Anglican International had 20 points.
Mata Ankuma. Hey, who fit?
Oh, Chaisa.
No, two man so Jamaica GTP on.
I know.
Joe. Hey, with the move. No beauty in so faded.
Me that say. So when him say GTP there, and one of me this sporty. Now your design is not so there. And you endless. I mean, in Chemuda.
In Chemuda.
Clemento.
Yes.
You know I really like you.
Okay.
But that's your fabric. It doesn't look genuine.
Oh no, your design, GTP design.
GTP put the printed colors be sale. Share. When buying GTP, always check the design number on the label. The same number is printed on the selvage.
I'm Philippa. But you what come at it? Cause one I believe you. We are too much. We are genuine.
That's same.
Yeah, we do a movie be what? The 7 circles of Alape. Jack, shine your eye.
GTP is available in various shops, open market and online at www.buygtp.com.
GTP, timeless.
My first picnic, yay!
Got the breakfast?
Check.
Good,
And baby has an umbrella.
Check.
good,
Get the baby bowl and spoon.
good.
Got it.
I love my daddy.
Young Vita?
Yes, what about my young pizza?
Yes, all the flavors: wheat, rice, and maize and wheat.
Yay!
Let's go.
What about me?
Yumvita, enriched with Nutri-V, contains all the essential vitamins and minerals to help you grow big and strong. Yumvita, a delicious way to grow.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Indeed, just as the various contestants indicated, they are here for business. And so the contest is heating up and it's just about to start. So those of you who are in the beginning or in the lead, don't lose your steam. Those behind, step on the gas, and let's see how we'll end up. All right? So we move to round 2, and round 2 we've termed it the fastest finger. We've termed it the fastest finger because we are looking at the fastest person to ring the bell to answer a question which is common to all of you. So in the previous round, I gave you questions to take your time to answer them, and when you are not able to do that, we pass them on. But in this round, you are going to fight over the questions. And when I mean fight, you'll see that very soon. You're going to fight over the questions, and your attempt to fight over these questions, you ring your bells. Now, these are the specific rules. When I read a question, it's available to all of you. And you're supposed to ring your respective bells to what? Answer the question. If you get a question right, you get 4 points. However, if you get the question wrong, you get penalized by a mark. That is to say that the marks that you've already earned, we're going to take 1 from them. Now, once again, if you ring the bell, please wait for me to call you. All right? Other than that, any answer that you give will not be what? Used. Are you okay? All right. Now, the other thing is that once you ring the bell, you have just 3 seconds. So you cannot ring the bell and take the whole year to answer the question. So those of you thinking about that strategy is not going to work. Once you ring, you have 3 seconds to answer. Okay? So with that, I wish you all the best, and let's zoom into the fastest finger round. Okay, so we start. Now, before we do, let's test your bells once again, just to make sure we are in business. So, Oforikrom MA, let's ring your bell. State Experimental, ring. And St. Anne's Anglican, go. All right, so we are all ready to fire in this round, isn't it? Okay, so the first question, find the median of the following data. So 13, 16, 12, 14, 19, 12, 14, 13, and 14. St. Anne's. 14 is correct. So the second question. Simplify 150 divided by, into bracket, 6 plus 3 times 8, bracket close, minus 5. St. Anne's. Yeah, come again. 5. No.
$10.
State Experimental.
$10.
No. Okay, so no one got it right. The answer is 0. It's a test of body mass. The elements that have properties of both metals and non-metals are known as St. Anne's. No. State experimental.
Metalloids.
Metalloids. Our next question. What's the speed of light? St. Anne's.
3 times 10.
I can't hear you. Can you repeat that? Use your microphone.
3 times 10 to the power 8 meter per second.
That's correct. The next question. What change occurs in the density of an object if we increase its volume and keep the mass constant? Oforikrom.
The average density become less.
Can you?
The average density become less.
I'll give it to you. Which blood vessels are responsible for exchange of food and waste with individual cells? State experimental.
Veins.
No. St. Anne's.
Arteries.
Sorry. No, you were timed out before you ran. So the answer is capillaries. What's the function of white blood cells in the human body? State experimental. State experimental.
They protect the body from diseases and also kill ingested pathogens.
All right, so I'll give it to you. Okay, our next question. If we had 300 degree Kelvin, what would be the equivalent value in Celsius scale? State experimental.
27 Kelvin. Celsius, sorry, 27 Celsius, degrees Celsius.
That's correct. So with this correct answer, we come to the end of round 2. So, at the end of round 2, this is how we stand. Oforikrom MA JHS had 4. State experimental had 10. St. Anne's Anglican International had 6.
I'm at the station. Please, can you give me the direction?
Oh, ask anyone.
Okay, madam.
Madam Punchy Peach.
Yes, so far you go Punchy Peach. A Coso Road. Now, where is number 4 Enumde Avenue?
Oh, number 4 Enumde Avenue. What they call? Front right, sharp left. Miss anyone by the roadside.
Thank you. Hello, please direct me to number 4 Enumde Avenue.
Enumde, see, go sir, then you curve. You will see some people there, then you ask them. But anyway, I can drop you.
No, thanks. One fire you go Punchy Peach and give me direction to number 4 Enumde Avenue.
Go sir. Thank you.
Please, can you direct me to number 24 Enumde Avenue? Go, sir!
Keep going with the goodness of the new Fan Yogo Punchy Peach. So cool, so good. This advert is FDA approved.
I can take you there. I'm not doing anything.
So I told you that the competition is heating up and things are changing with time. So, as I said, if you are in the lead, it doesn't mean that you are in the lead. You should keep being in the lead. Those of you behind, you should step on the gas because anything can happen. So with this, we move on to the exciting round, which we've themed the Technology Challenge. Now, the Technology Challenge is designed to help students apply the basic science, mathematics, and ICT knowledge to solve simple problems that they'll be given. Now, today's technology challenge is ICT-based. And so whilst I speak, I would like the students, the individual schools to start booting their respective laptops. It's still part of the challenge. Knowing how to boot your machine is part of the challenge. So whilst I read out the questions have been given to you. Start booting up the laptop whilst I read it out to the audience. So today's activity is very simple. We are going to do something wonderful with Microsoft Excel, and specifically we're going to plot some statistics using Excel with respect to COVID-19 cases. So this is the specific challenge. They are supposed to launch Microsoft Excel on their respective machines and then create some data, some table, a table which will have a region and then number of COVID-19 cases. Then afterwards, they have to plot a bar chart of the respective COVID-19 cases. So it's very, very simple. Now, at the end of the day, we'll take their solutions from them and then compare it with the recommended solution. So if you are all ready, give me a wave and then we can start. So State Experimental, are you ready? Oforikrom, are you ready? St. Anne's, is everything ready? Okay, so you can turn over your questions and start work. And we want to say thank you to the Vice Chancellor of KNUST for this initiative and making the university resources available for this particular competition. We also want to thank specifically the Provost of the College of Science for making available this beautiful auditorium for us to have these preliminary contests. Special thanks also goes to the chairman of the organizing committee, Prof. Preko, for putting up a solid team to make this a success. We also have amazing sponsors. So if you agree that I'm looking good, then definitely it's GTP. And they say that their designs are timeless because their designs are very innovative. So they say in our local parlance, in Chemuda. Coca-Cola, they say that after such a very hot contest, you can just cool your brains down with a very cold bottle of Coca-Cola. And you do this by opening the bottle to a better situation. Kingdom Books and Stationery, we already know them. They deal in quality stationery. And for them, if you want anything quality, as far as stationery is concerned, the first name that comes to mind is Kingdom Books and stationery. Laxity, when it comes to events, they are number one. They will make sure that they will make your memories better. When it comes to Dex Technology Limited, they are revolutionizing the way we see engineering. And they say that they believe in a new beginning for engineers. Mocha looks, obviously, all our quiz mistresses and obviously myself, I'm looking very handsome due to their wonderful makeups. And so they say pure beauty. Mocha looks says pure beauty. Now after everything is said and done, you would want to capture your memories. And when it comes to that, there is no other name than Fonjo Images because they keep your memories alive. Then we have Ghana Science Association donating amazing books on experiments, science experiments and projects for the benefit of our students. And we are also partnered by amazing media partners, and key among them is GH1. I'm sure we all know GH1. And Ultimate 106.9 FM. And when you say Ultimate, you know that is what? Experience it. These have all come together to make sure that the program that you're seeing is successful. And we want to acknowledge each one of them. So it's stop work. So you would want to take your individual machines and be able to see what you've done. And would want to look at that so that we keep your solutions constant, so that you don't change them. This was a very simple assignment. All that they were supposed to do was to get the data of the regions and the respective COVID-19 cases, and then use Excel to just plot the bar chart of the respective regions and the number of COVID-19 cases. The first thing is that if a school is able to launch Microsoft Excel successfully, which we'll see, they get 1 mark. If they're able to label their respective headings as region and number of cases, they also get 1 mark each. Then if they are successful in entering all the data for their respective regions, they get 3 marks. Then if they're able to plot the bar chart of region on the x-axis and the number of cases on the y-axis, they get 3 marks. And if they're able to interpret the plot, they get 2 marks. So what were they supposed to do? So the first thing is that they were supposed to have launched Excel, put in the respective data as I have the instructions gave them. Then the next thing was supposed to use the plotting tool to select both columns and select the region to be the x-axis and the data for the number of cases to be what? The y-axis. And simply click to plot. So let me start with Oforikrom. So Oforikrom MAJHS simply started Excel with a certain template. They didn't start a blank Excel workbook to do what we asked them to do. They did not label the various They not label the various columns as what we expected. They just started by entering the regions. So you have Ahafo. They had only Ahafo, Ashanti, and Bono. Okay. And based on this, if you go through what the marking scheme says, obviously they were able to start Excel, so I'll give them 1. They were not able to label the regions as you have up there, so they do not get anything. Well, they were only able to enter just 3 regions and their respective cases. They couldn't complete that particular task. And subsequently, they were not able to do all that they were asked to do. So, on this basis, starting Excel 1, labeling they couldn't do that, entering, just for the effort and being able to type something, I'll be gracious to give them 1. So, Oforikrom MA gets 2 out of 10. Now, let's go to state experimental. Now, state experimental label the regions. They started Excel, they started a separate worksheet. They labeled the regions, entered all the, okay, so they labeled the regions, they get 1. They labeled the headings 1. They entered all the regions, they get the entire marks 3. They were able to plot the chart successfully, they get the entire 3 marks. And unfortunately, they were not able to interpret the plot. By just looking at this, you can easily say something about the plot, isn't it? You can say that Greater Accra has what? The highest, followed by Ashanti, and so on and so forth. They were not able to give the explanation, but for their efforts, they earned 8 out of 10. So let's look at St. Anne's. So for St. Anne's, they were able to definitely start Excel 1, label the regions 1. They did their best in trying to put all the data in there, but they missed a few. So I'll give, they went so far, they just missed out on Eastern. So based on this, I'll give them 2 out of 3. I'll give them 2 out of 3 for that particular effort. They were not able to plot a bar chart, and they were not able to interpret the plot. But let me just revisit the 3 parts. I mean, they were able to do, or it just left with 1. I don't think it's fair if I give them 2 out of 3. I'll give them 2.5 out of 3. Okay, so with this, they will get 4.5 out of 10, if my calculation is correct. All right, 2 plus 2.5. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the technology challenge. And so let's prepare to get the scores thus far. At the end of round 3, this is where we stand. Oforikrom MA got 2, State Experimental 1 got 8, and St. Anne's Anglican International got 4.5. Let's give them a round of applause. Gradually, we are inching to the end of the contest, and looking at the marks, it's still highly competitive. And as I said at the beginning, those are in front must keep stepping on the gas. Those behind must double up to catch up. And they've actually lived up to expectation. Just as at the beginning, they all indicated that they are here to win. So let's see what round 4 holds for each of the teams. So round 4, we are still continuing with the competition over questions. Round 4, we are still going to compete over questions. However, in this round, the questions are in the form of clues. So we call it decoding the clue. So I'll read out clues to you, and when you think you know the answer, you ring the bell as usual. You wait for me to call you, then you answer. Now, this is how the scoring will be done. If you happen to guess the clue or get the answer on the first clue, you get 6 points. On the second clue, it's 5. Third clue is 4. Any other number of clues is 3 points. Now, if you ring the buzzer and you are not ready with your answer, I'll skip and go to the next person. As usual, you have just 3 seconds when you've rung the buzzer. You are not going to ring the buzzer and start thinking. You ring, you should be ready to speak. Okay? So the usual rules apply. Ring, wait to be called, then you speak. All right? I know it's getting highly competitive and you might be carried away. But as I said, we want to train you to also be able to work under pressure and control yourself under pressure. So learn to obey the rules. So let's the round begin, the round of decoding the clues. The first question, our first question. When the temperature gets higher, it makes me rise. I am small in size. I am the preferred liquid of the thermometer. I'm a liquid metal, yet
Mercury.
State experimental.
Mercury.
That's correct. He got it right beyond the 4th clue, so he gets a 3 point for that. Our second question. I am a fluid in the cell that fills the space. My main purpose is to hold organelles in place. State experimental.
Cytoplasm.
That's correct. So you got it on the second sentence. That's the second clue. And so that means it's 5. Okay, so the third one. My kids really love me because I make things float. You can even use me to expand small things. What am I? State experimental.
Air.
No. Oforikrom.
Volume.
No, please. St. Anne's.
Heat.
Come again?
Heat.
Sorry. Unfortunately, no one was able to get it, and what I was expecting was helium. Helium. Our next question, and probably the last question. I'm a 3-digit number. The second digit is 4 times as big as my 3rd digit, whilst the first is 3 less than the second. What number am I? St. Anne's.
146.
That is incorrect.
820.
Sorry. We are left with State Experimental. Are you coming? Okay, so unfortunately, nobody was able to answer this. And the correct answer is 141 or 141. So with this, we come to the end of the competition, and I want us to give all the contestants a round of applause. The competition has been very, very competitive and exciting. And I want to say that every one of you have really done very, very well. But unfortunately, we would require only 2 people or only 2 schools to progress. And so if we happen to say goodbye to you, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the road. It just means that you met a better team or you met better teams. Once again, we just want to say that we really appreciate the kind sponsorship of our sponsors and partners. GTP, as we always say, timeless. Coca-Cola, open to better. Kingdom Books and Stationery, when it comes to quality stationery, quality and affordable stationery, the only name to remember is Kingdom Books and Stationery. Lac City, we make your memories better. Dex Technology Limited, they say that they are providing a new beginning for engineers. Mocha Looks, they say pure beauty. And obviously, when it comes to keeping your images, there's no other person to look forward to than Fonjo Images. And obviously, we are sponsored and partnered by Ghana Science Association, who have provided books on experiments for you to read for your own education. We are also partnered with GH1 and Ultimate 106.9 FM, and we say experience it. These have made this particular contest and competition what it is today, and we want to say thank you very much. And so before we move on to declare the winners or those who are progressing beyond this particular preliminary contest, we want to announce the scores for round 4. At the end of round 4, Oforikrom MAJHS had 0, State Experimental had 1, St. Anne's Anglican International had 0. So if you look at it in terms of cumulative terms, then these are the scores. State Experimental had 8, So if you look at it in terms of cumulative terms, then this is where we stand. Oforikrom MA, at the end of this competition, earned 22 points. St. Anne's Anglican International School earned 30.5 points. State Experimental 1 earned a total of 44 points. With these results, State Experimental 1 and St. Anne's Anglican International Schools have qualified to the next stage of the competition. Oforikrom MAJHS, it was a very exciting contest, but the competition was too difficult. We congratulate you for giving us a very good competition, and wish you the very best of luck in everything you want to do. And we want to say that in 4 to 5 years' time, we want to see you in the best technology university. So don't let this thing let you down. Let it encourage you to put in your best to prove others that you can make it. Now, for those who are qualifying, note that the competition is going to get tougher and tougher. So don't relax thinking that you've won today. If the person who was second today, you could meet him in the next contest and that team will beat you. So I congratulate you for making it and keep soaring higher. Thank you.